Hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Real Estate Wisdom Wale Properties. Welcome on board. Today, we're going to be talking about the actors, the key players in the real estate sector in Nigeria. Number one, number one actor is the government. As you all know, that the government owns the land. Government is the one that allocates land to people. You know, that's number one. And the government also, they could come up with policies, fiscal policies, so that they encourage or discourage real estate business altogether. Number two, we have the investors. The investors are people that bring in their money. For example, it could be the mortgage bank, mortgage houses, and all. It could be a development bank, sometimes commercial banks, sometimes NGOs, then sometimes private individuals, or a collaboration of people. Then number three, we have regulators. Depending on where you are in Nigeria, regulators include things like urban and regional planning, Ministry of Lands, Development Control, etc., etc. They come up with the building codes, cadastral zone. They come up with the plan of the area, what you should build, commercial, residential, industrial, parks and recreation, worship centers in a district. They come up with the building codes and all that. Okay, they tell you what to build and what not to build. The next one now, we have the developers. Now, this categorization will make it very broad. Developer would put in the architects there, the quantity surveyors there, the builders like the civil engineers, mechanical engineers, electrical engineers, all of these people and the artisans in this categorization, they come up with their expertise, the knowledge they have, current members of current Nigeria, knowledge they have, and they actualize that idea, that vision, and build that property. The next category, it's the accessories and valuers, the realtors, the marketers. These people are so important. You will not even believe because they always come in contact with the end user, people that are buying the properties. For right, they could tell people this or that. Oftentimes most Nigerians, average Nigerians, are very very gullible. Someone just come marketer will just market them with sweet mouth. They can even buy rubbish. They can just buy anything, any property whatsoever. So these people are very important. But then the next category is the lawyers. Now, lawyers are very important in the real estate sector. They legitimize whatever you're doing, right? You buy a property, how do you register your title and all that? How do you make that property valid? How do you make it transferable to your next of kin? The help you register your power button and all that. That's lawyers for you. Okay, the next, last but not the least, is the end users, people that purchase the property. Now, what's the point of building properties when doesn't suit the need of the end user? So in whatever we're doing, we try to consider the end user. What do they want? What kind of properties do they want? Do they want villas? Do they want terraces? Do they want flats and all that? So as developers are building, they need to consider the needs of the end user. So in all of this, each and every player in this real estate sector in Nigeria, we need to consider the next person. What are the needs? All of them, they just complement each other, and that's just it.
So, why do you think it's important to know this categorization?
It is important because everyone has his own role to play. For example, a developer that doesn't know what the regulators are saying. If, for example, now this part is meant for road, there's supposed to be a road here. It's supposed to. This is a train track and all that. Right? This is a waterway, and you're building on top of it. Like the case we're having in Lagos or Abuja, where they're just demolishing properties that are built to millions, hundreds of millions. You get that because they were not really carried along by the regulators, or they didn't really inform the regulators properly what they want to do. They didn't ask questions. A lot of time when you do build property, you need to do development, you need to ask questions. What's the plan? What are they saying? What should I build here? What's the building code? That's it. So that'll be the end of our session today. See you some other time. Thank you and God bless you.